Hey guys, 2014 Can-Am Commander 800. We're going to be doing something this evening that I should have done last year. Are you wondering how to change your front differential oil? Super simple, takes about 5 minutes to change it. Mind you, now that I think of it, on this channel things always go wrong. So we're going to head underneath. I'm going to show you where the plugs are and how to fill it and how much oil it takes and what kind of oil it takes and all that good stuff. We're going to wrap this up as quickly as we can so this video is not too long. So let's get at it. Yeah, there's not a whole lot of room under here, but the nice thing about this particular procedure is you don't need to lift the machine or take a tire off or any of that good stuff. All you need is like a Allen key and maybe a socket and Torx or something like that. And just above the skid plate, right here, you're going to see this is the skid plate. There's this hole right here. And just up above that hole is your actual drain plug. So let's see if I can show you guys the drain plug. If you can see that right there, that is the actual drain plug. I'm going to try and get in there really nice. That guy right up there. So that is the piece we're going to be removing to drain the oil. But before we drain the oil, what a horrible facial position. But before we go ahead and we change the oil, let me show you where the fill plug is on the side of it. All right, so here we are. We're on the passenger side of the machine. As you can see, front wheel well. Down below, here's the upper A-arm, and then we have our differential and our axle right there. And as you guys can see, that plug right here, that is your fill plug. So a really important thing you want to do before you start even trying to put a tool inside any of these plugs, because they are really fragile and you can strip them. And that's just a whole world of hurt. So the first thing you want to do is you want to make sure that the holes are nice and clean and that the tools seat fully inside of these plugs, because you don't want to strip them. That would be horrible. Okay, so one thing I noticed is that my socket, when my socket is in here, there's not enough room on the side right here. So I have this actual Allen key, my long one, and I'm going to try and use that. It is the correct size. I'm just going to put an open end on it. We'll see what we can do here. And that makes no sense how tight that is. All right, I just heated the plug up a touch with the torch because that is so tight. I don't understand why that's so tight. Should be no oil that comes out of here. And I'll explain to you guys why that is in a minute. Because this front differential is not filled to the fill plug like normal. You know what, just in case it is, I'm going to put my bucket underneath. There we go. Perfect. No oil. That's just the way I was hoping to see it. And excellent. So super good reason why that was so difficult for me to take off with just an Allen key. It's because of the long nature of the key and the torque that I'm putting on. The Allen key is twisting a lot. So when you're using a actual socket like so, this doesn't twist. This is solid steel, so all your torque is applied from your hand. Whereas when you're turning with this, you're actually turning it, but you're twisting the metal at the same time, because this is not as solid as this. So that's why it was so tight. If you have the right tool, one that's this long, you're golden. I did not know that. I'm sure I've done this before, but I didn't remember. All right, so I just noticed the GoPro wasn't on when I started draining it, so I used the old, this guy right here and the old wrench on there, and I turned it because I don't have the right socket to get in there. So I'm just going to let this oil drain. As you can see, the oil is a really nice color still. It's only, I believe, 2 years old, I think it is, and not a whole lot of mileage on it. I just thought I would change it just to make sure there's no water and anything else in there. So we're going to let that drain. And this particular differential only takes 500 milliliters of oil, so half of a liter, which isn't a whole lot of oil. And once it's done draining, we're going to button this back up and then fill it up. All right, so for this fill, we're going to be using a recommended oil from the actual manual. Anyway, it's a 7590 synthetic. So I have here, got some Delco 7590 synthetic, which I'm going to use in the front end. So for me, I got this really cool little thing. I think the parts stores have them. They might even come with some of the actual bottles. It is it stinks so bad. Nothing smells like gear oil, nothing at all. All it is, it's a little tube on this little thing there. And because it's a bad spot, we'll just use this to push the oil in until this is empty. And that should take about 2 hours. I'll tell you, that's one hard hole to fill, or to film, not fill.
That's what she said.
So I'm gonna find a way to get this in there. Like so. Oh, this is not gonna be fun, is it? Okay, she started, and I'll be back. All right, so that small hose idea was a bad idea. So what I did is I have myself, I have a funnel here with a little thing at the bottom here where you can turn it on, turn it off, and I put 500 milliliters in there and stuck this in there and then opened it up, and that filled it probably within a minute and a half. So a lot quicker than that other setup I had. That did not work. Hey, we're doing this together. It's a learning experience, right? Like, at least you know what you need now. You need something like this because you definitely need clear hose. Because you're not getting in there with a bottle. Nope. Nope. All right, so you notice the front diff when I took the plug out, no oil came out. That's because they ask you not to overfill or push it in till it comes out of the plug. You put your 500 mil in, and then you put your finger in, and you should be able to just put the tip of your finger inside the lower edge of the threads, and you should be able to touch the oil with your fingers. If you can, you're good. If you can't, put a bit more oil in it, check it again, make sure you're on a nice level surface, and you're done basically. Now, because it's impossible to get your fingers in there, I don't have sausage fingers. I have normal, I got small hands. Because I can't get my finger inside the hole to check the oil level, I'm just going to use an Allen key like this. Just going to stick it in the hole and make sure my oil level is good. So there you go, folks, all buttoned up. Really great idea to check that oil again, because I did put the initial 500 milliliters in, and I probably added an extra 100 milliliters just to get it to the bottom of the hole. So very important, check your fluid levels. Just take your time, be careful, don't break anything, don't strip anything. Anybody can do this. If you like this Can-Am stuff, drop me a note down below. I have a clunk in the front I just can't find. That'll probably be one of my next videos. I got a loose wheel. I can't seem to pinpoint where it is. It's like 1 second it's at the tie rod, next it's at the ball joint. I don't know, wheel bearing. Thanks again, everybody. Don't forget to subscribe. Like the video if you want to push it out there to more people, and we'll see you guys next time.